All right, Shalom out there. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, and I got a video here that I'm going to title Understanding John 8:44, I believe. I'm going to call it that. And it's in reference to the live stream I did the other night. If you look on the YouTube channel, you'll notice that this live stream is no longer there. The video was entitled, Satan was never a righteous angel. Fallen angels is a false doctrine. All right, and I actually did a live stream. It was 1 hour and 35 minutes long. I think I did that on Monday night. And I actually took that video down. And the reason for it is because afterwards I was having a discussion with one of the brothers. And he brought, some stuff to my attention. So I went, excuse me. I went into these scriptures. And I realized that I had made errors. So I took the video down to keep from, you hate when you go off. I mean, because I basically went off on the scripture. I broke it down wrong. So let's read it now and bring out the correct understanding. So this is John 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not." Now, the spiritual demon Satan does compel individuals to commit sin, but he himself does not sin. Okay, angels don't sin, should I say? And Satan is an angel. Okay, so when it says he was a murderer from the beginning, what is it talking about? It's going back to, all the way back to the garden. In the beginning, what happened? Abel was murdered by Cain, right? He was murdered by Cain. So here, Yahweh Shai was saying you acting like devils, right? And even when you go into that whole thing with dealing with the serpent was a literal individual. It wasn't the spiritual demon Satan, but it was a literal man. It was an individual. So really, when you read here, when I said that this was talking about the spiritual demon Satan, I was wrong on that. Okay, you have to understand that. Now, again, also too, you realize that when the Lord was on the scene, you had the Romans. Okay, and a lot of times the Israelites, they were behaving like they had the spirit of Satan on them. They were acting the part as devils. But when you go into this word devil, just like the Romans were devils, right? A lot of times these wicked Jews was coming against the Lord because why? They was worried about the influence of the Romans. Let's see the word here. You have your father the devil. Salakia. Just bear with me here. And this is gonna be a quick video, just quick and to the point. So I took that live stream down because you hate to go off, and I don't want to leave that out there at the wrong understanding. So when you go into this word devil, right, diabolos, sometimes it does mean the spiritual demon Satan, but sometimes it can also mean a man. Right here, prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer. See? And then here, metaphor applied to a man by opposing the cause of the Most High may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. So who's that devil that sinned from the beginning? You had that spirit, the serpent that beguiled Eve, right? And you also had Cain acting in a devilish fashion when he rose up and slew his own brother. All right. And the word was diabolos. And then down here it says a traducer, especially Satan, false accuser, devil, slanderer. Okay. So when the Lord was talking about, now whenever it brings up sin, it's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, or should we say angels, when it says that angel, because angels don't sin. Okay. Let's move on from there. Now I had a precept pulled up for it. Where is it? Look at this one. This is 1 John 3:12. Right? It says 1 John 3:11, "For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous." See? So Cain was acting the part of the wicked one. He was acting, what was he doing? He was being a devil. Okay? So when Yahweh Shai said you're of your father the devil, he was, using that figuratively. Okay? And some people even take that to mean literally, but he didn't mean literally. You can't be born from a well, angels don't have babies or have sex and have children. Let me say it that way. So again, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him, because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. You see? So if you act if you hate your brother, right, in that fashion, you're a devil. If you rise up against your brother, you are a devil. Now, I want to get let's go here. This is 1John.3 and 8. And I read this one too, and I broke it down wrong. So it says, he that sinneth is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. It's speaking of that serpent spirit, going all the way back to the garden, so-called. He that committed sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. What was the original sin? Is when Adam and Eve, when they were beguiled, when Eve was beguiled by the serpent. Let's go there. Eve was beguiled by the serpent, which the serpent was what? Serpent was a man. This right here, if we go to, just hold on here. Bear with me, brothers. All right, so this is Genesis 3 and 13. Right? And I'm just going to jump in here real quick. I'm not going to try to read all of this. I'm just going to read like a quick verse. So Genesis 3 and 12. And the woman said, Salakia, verse 13. And the Lord power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Most High said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast, and upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. You see that? So we know that it wasn't the spiritual demon Satan, because why? Spiritual demon Satan don't eat dust, right? He's not a literal a human. He's not a human being. And it goes on, 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So show us the seed of Satan. I'm talking about a physical descendants. He doesn't have that. So it was individuals on the planet. Okay? And that same spirit, that same serpent spirit is also in who? The so-called white man Esau. It was in the Romans back then. And you had that same serpent spirit also being exercised by them wicked ass scribes and Pharisees. Now, if you go into this word serpent, and you look it up in the blue letter in the Old Testament, it's not going to give you much. It's just going to say a snake. Right? The word is Nahash. And it says serpent, snake, serpent, image, fleeing serpent. Right? Which we know is not a snake. It's not a snake. So when you look the word up, look at this. Let's look up serpent. Right? And it says a large snake, a bass wind instrument. No. Right here. Definition 3, a treacherous person. So a person can be called a serpent. That's why Yahweh Shah said, ye vipers. And when you look at the translation, it says ye sons of snakes. See? And you had a lot of those Jews that hated Yahweh Shah. They were what? They were devils. They were serpents. They were vipers. They were snakes. Let's get another one here. Right here. Now we can go to the New Testament and look at that word. 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. And it reads, but I fear lest by any means, as this serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in the anointed. Right? And you go to the word serpent here in the Greek, and the word is ophis, right? Or ophis. And what does it say? Snake, serpent, the ancients. With the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil, but they were wrong. It goes on. A snake figuratively as a type of sly, cunning, an artful, malicious person. See that? And Satan does have those qualities, but he entices you to sin. He's not going to literally do the sin himself. He pushes you to sin. So these individuals that do things on the earth, They're being devils. You see that? So again, an artful, malicious person is what a serpent is. So that serpent that beguiled Eve, and he was cursed. You know it wasn't the spiritual demon Satan, because if it was the spiritual demon Satan, why did it mention seed? Right? You have people on the earth. Now, we tell you oftentimes that the spiritual demon Satan's children on the earth are the Edomites, the so-called white man, and that is true, right? But when you look at that, they still are from the line on the earth in the lineage of Esau, Edom. They have a spiritual connotation. They're spiritually the sons and daughters of the spiritual demon Satan. But in order for that to be carried out on the earth, for them to bring forth seed, what has to happen? He has to use flesh to do it. So when the Lord said, you're of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do, saying he was a murderer from the beginning, is going back to that ancient wicked spirit, the spirit of the serpent. You got it on you, and we got that now. Bishop Nate is acting in the manner of a serpent by holding back the name of the Lord. He's a cunning, sly, slick individual who the Lord is going to judge real soon, we believe. Anyway, take note of this. Like I said, I took the live stream down, and you ain't going to find this live stream. It ain't going to be on Odyssey either. I'm going to take this down as well. This is just, I forgot it was over here on Odyssey. I wasn't really sure if it went over there, but it did. But I may wind up either downloading the video and cutting that portion out. But if I'm not able to do that, I'll just refilm the video at an appointed time. All right, because it's got good information. I think I'm just going to go into another video, Lord willing, dealing with the whole fallen angels doctrine and all of that, and then we'll see where we go. But those two scriptures I broke down wrong, but now you should understand that John 8:44, right, you're of your father the devil, and 1 John 3 and 8, he that committed sin is of the devil. Both of these scriptures are not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, okay, because angels don't sin. He that committed sin is of the devil, for the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of the Most High was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. What's the works of the devil? What is the works of it? He entices individuals to sin. That's sinful flesh, that's sinful nature. Whosoever is born of the Most High does not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of the Most High. All right. So that's it on that. So Lord willing, you got it. You understand. All right. And we'll see you again soon with another lesson, Lord willing. So I just want to put that out there. So if you're looking for that live stream and wonder what happened, that's what happened. I took it down. All right. So disregard, the way I broke it down in that video, because that was wrong. All right. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.